Hi there, I am Dr. Pramod and welcome to my course Machine Learning using Python. Hope you have watched my previous video on Introduction to Colab. Now, in this video, we'll start the fundamentals of Python language and we'll discuss how to print a hello world on the screen using Python language and Python variables. This will be the course content for this video. So now you have reached this page where you have typed colab.resource.google.com and logged in with your Google credentials. You see this page. Now to open your first Python run window or the Jupyter editor configuration. So click the file, new notebook, and you'll have a new notebook appearing on your browser. It takes a few less than a minute, and once this appears, now this is a code block. Now what you see is a code block, and there are two different things: code block and text block. Now if you want to add some text before your code, you can click this, so you'll get your text box, so you can type whatever comments you want to type before a code block, and then you can select the code block and type your Python script, things like that. Now to save time, I have already you can save this by giving a name here to your Python notebook page, the Jupyter notebook page in Colab. Now that will be saved in your environment, right? So to save time, I've already uh, I have already made the script ready. I'll take you to that. This is the intro to Python uh, notebook page. Now here, hello world example in Python. That is what we learn. We learn the first thing in any programming language is to print a message onto the screen. Now in Python, the command is print, print, followed with the open braces or double quotes open, hello world, double quotes close. So whatever you write inside this double quotes is your message that will be printed on the screen. Now this is a code block, and this is a text block here. So in the code block, I have typed this single line. And how do I execute this code line in Python? Just click this play button here, so you will get your output on the screen, hello world. This would be same output even if you are trying a standalone Python compiler, you would get the same message on the screen, right? So this is the first hello world example in Python. Now next thing that you learn in any programming language is about the variables. So variables are containers for storing data values. It holds the values that we want to manipulate or compute for a temporary period. So the variable's lifetime is the lifetime of the program. When the program ends, all variables are collected, memory is freed. We understand all that. So unlike other programming language, Python has no command for declaring a variable, right? If you have learned C language or C++ or Java, whatever language that you have learned before, or if you have not learned any language, you please don't worry. Just you need to write the variable name and use an equal to symbol with that and assign the value to it. Write 5. So in this example, I have created a variable x which stores an integer value 5. The next line, I have created a variable y which stores a string, a word in double quotes called John. So when you use a string, please remember to use a double quotes or single quotes with it, right? So Next, I want to see what is inside x variable. What are the values inside x and what is the value inside the y variable. So how do I do that? Just click the play button here with that. So you got the first 5, that is the print x value is 5. So the Python uh, environment shows you 5 is inside x, and you have put y is John. So y it is seen is John here. Next thing that I want to highlight is variables do not need to be declared with any particular type and can even change type after they have been set. So in C language or any other language, what happens is you declare a data type with a variable, and throughout the lifetime of the program that variable cannot hold any other type of data. See, if you have declared an integer x, then it cannot hold a character or any other type of data in it in C language or any other language, for different other types of language. But in Python, what happens is you see in this example x is equal to 4. That means x is holding an integer data type for the time being now. Now, can I change the data type of x? Very sure. Yes, I can do that. X is equal to Sally. Now, what is Sally? Sally is a string. Now if you run this code, see, Sally is the output. So what has happened? The data 4 has been replaced by a string. 4 was an integer and Sally is a string. The string, and now x has a string value that is called Sally in it. Is I hope it is getting clear as we continue. String variables can be declared either by using a single or double quotes. So x is equal to John. John is a string, it's a word. So I have used double quotes here. Y is equal to John, but the difference is I have used a single quotes here. You can see I have used a single quotes here. So will it work? Yes, it should work in Python. Yeah, it has worked. So either when you use a string, please remember to use a double quotes or a single quotes along with it, the beginning and then in the end, so that the Python interpreter can accept that value into the variable. Now, how do I create variable names? A variable can have a short name like x and y that we have used in this video, or have a more descriptive name like age, car name, total underscore value, or volume, things like that. So what are the rules for naming a variable? A variable name must start with a letter or an underscore character. That means you cannot start a variable with a dollar symbol or a number. You can start with a letter, capital or small, and then use an underscore also to start a variable name. A variable name cannot start with a number. A variable name cannot start with a number. A variable name can only contain alphanumeric characters and underscore. That means you can have a capital A to capital Z, all alphabets, small a to small z, all alphabets, 0 to 9, and only one special character called the underscore. Variable names are case sensitive. That means age with all lowercase is not as same as a capital GE, and it's not the same as AGE capital. All are 3 different variables. So let's see some legal variable names and some illegal variable names. My var, my underscore var, underscore my underscore var, my var capital V, my var all capitals, my var 2, all are different variables. Now these are all legal variables. Now, illegal variables, to my var. See the number 2, the alphabet is not an alphabet, so it violates the rules for naming the variables. So it should be listed as an illegal variable. My hyphen var, it's not underscore, it's a hyphen or dollar or question or whatever you can use. My space var, all these space is also not allowed, not a allowed character in a variable name declaration. Let's execute this block. See, you have seen all these are the legal variable names have been accepted. The first illegal name, that is to my var, see, it shows you an error. called invalid syntax. It shows an invalid syntax. So if you correct this, and my hyphen var will be shown as an error, and if you correct that, the next variable name my space var will be shown as an error. So hope you have understood the basics of Python in this video. We have seen hello world example, how to use print, and how to use variables, how to declare, how to assign variable values, valid values to variables, and the names, how to write the rules for the, what are the rules that are used to name a variable. Hope to see you in your next video, and have a nice day. Thank you.